Hi, my name is Rachel Cohen, and for my Stackathon project, I was inspired by a documentary I saw recently, which, by the way, was made by two female filmmakers, which was really cool to see. And it was about food waste and just how much food is wasted around the world every day. And it talked about all the different stages of the system where there is waste. It can be restaurants, it can be farms, it can be supermarkets, and it also talked about individuals. And I was curious to see whether any apps existed for individuals to help track their waste and prevent that. And while there are a lot for like restaurants and supermarkets, I couldn't find any for individuals. So I wanted to build that. And yeah, just a couple of stats. It's not just saving the environment, although that's a great motivation. By one study, the average American family of four wastes up to $2,200 each year in wasted food. Like an average American household probably throws away about 25% of the food that they buy. And we've all been there. There's about three main ways that we do this as individuals. One is the scenario, you're in the grocery store. You say, oh, do I have avocados at home? I don't remember. I'll buy 3 of them. And you get home and you find out you already have 3, and you end up wasting them. The other scenario is that you have some yogurt, you're not sure if it's bad or not, it's past the expiration date, but I think the fact is expiration dates are kind of lies, and people really don't know that. So a lot of food gets thrown out because simply just ignorance, and people don't realize that it's actually fine. And then there's also just the issue of you buy some really nice looking produce, and you forget about it, and then you find it in the bottom of your fridge, and it's a horrible brown. It's definitely not usable and has to be thrown away. So this app deals with all 3 of those scenarios, and it helps you keep track of what you have. So, for instance, this would be this person's very busy with Grace Hopper, has very little in their fridge, but you got your fridge, you got your freezer, you got your pantry. So. But let's say, here's the first scenario, you're in this grocery store, and you say, I'm going to buy some eggs. And it tells you that you already have some. So this will prevent you from buying some that you already have. And this will also help you, too, to try to so it combines your shopping list with your My Kitchen. So it helps you keep track of things really easily if you use this as your shopping list. So let's say we are going to do some apples. So now, when you buy it and then you're actually done shopping, if you use this as a shopping list, it automatically shows up in your fridge. So that's a very easy way to track things. So now you are, so yeah, let's say you've got these apples, though, and they're starting to look a little bit funny, and you're not sure whether you should throw them away or not. So this will have built-in information that will help you, educate you about whether something is actually bad or not. So I basically, I create a sort of very small database just in the state, not on the back end, that has information about moldiness and also information about how long it takes food to expire. So it helps give you a sense of a window, but also sort of educates you about how to get a good sense of whether that food is actually bad or not. And also, let's say if you try to, do you try to throw it away? Kind of yells at you again, kind of reminds you again why you maybe shouldn't. But if you truly have to get rid of it, it also encourages you to compost, because food in landfills can take like 20 years to decompose. It releases a lot of methane gas in the atmosphere. Compost is much, much better. So this is a map of compost drop-off sites in New York City that you could reference. But hopefully, you will actually be able to eat everything. So, and then it gets removed. Another scenario, this is kind of a bit of a workaround here, but to show you, for instance, what it would show you if your food is getting close to expiring. So let's say in this scenario, so it lets you know. So you get these notifications that let you know, hey, this food's about to expire, please use it, and that'll help you not forget. And the one other thing this can also do, so yeah. Notification worked, you cooked that chicken. So let's see another scenario 2. So yeah, you've got all the stuff in this fridge, you want to use it, you're not sure how to use it. This also, I hooked up to a recipe API called Yumly, and this allows you to also find recipes and save recipes based on whatever random ingredients you might have in your fridge. So I'm running over, so I'll just do this one thing real quick. So So this is all these recipes. You can look at them. You can also add them to your recipes. And you go to My Recipes. And there they are. And then you can use them and you can delete them. And the one other thing, which would be a sort of future thing I think would be great, this is not real now, is that people are very competitive. So also they like saving money, so it would keep track of how much money you've saved and how much waste you've saved. Also, you could like hook up with your friends to sort of compete with them and also compete with the entire New York region. So this is all completely fake, but if we pretend I'm competing with our wonderful fellows, these would be our standings, and these would also be some data that would show how you're doing, and you could also share it on social media. So that would be, I think, a great thing to create next. And thank you very much.